Hey guys, how you doing today? We are going to go over Sun Salutation. We will do the Kripalu version, and at a later date I will show you the Around the World version. But this one will focus in on just working on the alignment, and we'll do just 2 rounds of the full sequence. But with the first round, we'll do more of the modified version, so if that's where you are needed to be, then you still work with that. And the second round, we'll do a more advanced version of that. So what's nice about this is that it's really easy to learn, and once you get it down, you can practice it at home anytime you want, and it'll help to warm up the body if you are going to go for a little run, if you're going for a swim, or if you're just feeling stiff. Even at the office, you could do it there. So you will need blocks, especially if your hamstrings are tight, or your lumbar is really tight too, or any of those spinal muscles are tight, okay? So let's get started. So you'll start at the front of your mat and have blocks prepared. We'll want our feet to point forward. We'll lengthen up through our spine. Hands will come to heart center here, all right? We'll inhale, arms can come up overhead. Now what's nice about this one is if your lumbar is really tight, you'll just extend those arms straight overhead. If you want to add in a back bend and that lower lumbar feels good, squeeze your quadriceps together, feel the chest lifting up, and you're going to scrape those fingers across the ceiling, but keep your pelvis right above your legs, so you're only going back from that spine, that flexion from the spine. Inhale up. Now we're going to fold forward, and here, if those hamstrings are back, is tight, bend your knees. Hands stay at heart center. Your hands can drop on those blocks because you're bringing the floor up to you, or your hands could always go on your thighs, okay? If your hamstrings are nice and loose, hands can always come to the ground. Inhale, we're going to come up halfway. Again, keep your hands on the blocks of those shins. Fold back in. And then inhale, we'll step back with our right foot into a runner's stretch. Now what's important here is making sure that this left knee is above the ankle or behind it. So I'll give you a little side shot of that. So the knee, if you can see here, it's behind my ankle a little bit. You don't want it going past the ankle. That could damage the knee joint and the hips and the spine, okay? So knees above or behind, and feel the back of that right thigh muscle lifting towards the ceiling. So we're going to prepare to come on out here, all right? So your hands can come on the ground, but if this will be too hard to step back to plank, keep your hands on your blocks. You can shift the blocks over and step right back to plank. You can drop your knees now. This is the modified version. Hands will go on the ground, squeeze your arms in, toes are flat, take your pelvis down and lift your chest. And then you can press the pelvis down, chest comes down, and inhale to what we call Cobra. Shoulder blades roll down the back, hug those arms in, okay? Make sure the shoulders are not going up towards your ears. They're rolling down, hugging in, feel your ribs press back. This is what we call a Cobra. Exhale, release. Then inhale. Bring yourself up to table, tuck your toes under, you lift your glutes up towards the ceiling, and we'll go into what we call downward facing dog. Look right between your legs. You can even begin to pedal your feet, or what we call also walking the dog to help stretch out those hamstrings a little bit more and your hips. We're going to transition out here, so here's the modified version. Come down to table, hands can go on those blocks. You're going to step your right foot forward this time, okay? Then you can bring that left knee off the ground, and wow, you're right in your runner stretch here. Lift the chest up, drop weight on that right foot. We'll inhale, and as we exhale, you'll step left foot forward. Forward fold again if you need to keep your hands on your blocks or your shins. Inhale up halfway, fold back in, and then inhale, come all the way up to standing with that flat spine. If you did a back bend, complete your cycle. Come up, hands to heart center. So if that was hard for you, continue to do the modified version as we'll do the next round, okay? So here we go. Inhale, arms go up. Squeeze your quads together. Again, if you want the back bend, go ahead and head on back, scraping fingers across the ceiling. Pelvis reaches forward. Come up, fold forward. Bend those knees if you need to, okay? Inhale, up halfway from our forward fold. Come back in, and now this time we're going to step back with our left foot. Runner stretch. If you're loose, Hands can always come on the ground, but make sure you're not collapsing here. And again, that right knee is not going past your ankle. Okay, so we'll inhale. We're going to step back to our plank. So if you need to use your blocks, you can use those blocks. Otherwise, step back to plank. Here, drop your knees if needed, or you're going to come down through a chaturanga from plank. But from plank, chest reaches forward, feel your thigh bones lift towards the ceiling. Roll the eyes of your elbows forward. Press back through your heels. We'll inhale. Exhale, drop down. Keep nice and long in your spine. Shoulder blades roll down the back. And then sweep the chest between the gates of the arms. Shoulder blades roll down. Lift your thighs off the ground. You're in your upward facing dog. If that's too much, keep the pelvis down into your Cobra. We're going to transition back into our down dog here, okay? So either go to table, or you can tuck your toes under, come up to plank, and roll on back. Downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. And we're going to prepare to come out. So if you need to, come down to table, or you'll go ahead and lift that left leg up in the air. Inhale and exhale, swing that left foot forward. Okay, making sure the knee is above or behind your ankle. If your foot gets stuck, take that left hand to your left calf and bring that foot forward, okay? Lift your chest, inhale, and then exhale. Let's step forward with that right foot, forward folding. Come up halfway, and hands can stay on those shins. Fold back in, and then inhale all the way up to standing. Back bend lengthen if you did it. Completing your cycle. Come all the way up, and hands to namaste. So that's the round of our Sun Salutation series, a complete round, or a complete sequence, if you will. So make sure you do what is right for your body, okay? If it means modifying, do that, so you're not going to injure yourself, and you'll build up that flexibility. And you'll also build strength by holding in a plank maybe a little bit longer. And also you help to build muscles in that back, if you have lower back issues, working with Cobra. Down dog is great because it's going to help strengthen the arms, the spinal muscles, stretch those hamstrings to help you out. Now, another modified version of our down dog. If you're really tight here, and when you're in a down dog and you're feeling that your weight's falling forward, bend your knees more, lift your glutes up, and press the ground away from you, and then the glutes press back. Knees can always stay bent. Another great addition is put your hands on blocks, bring the floor up to you, and then you may be able to sink those heels back more, allowing yourself to get a deeper stretch here. But don't overdo anything, okay? And another way to come out of your runner stretch from a down dog is instead of bringing the knee towards the chest, you can actually swing the leg to the outside. So, from down dog, instead of saying that right leg is up, the leg comes forward between the arms, swing your leg to the outside, and then you can always take that right on the outside of your leg. That will help, because sometimes we have too much flexion in the hip flexor, and the hamstrings are tight in order to bring the leg between the arms, but sometimes we can help swing it around, ease up on that tension there. Couple of things right there for you to work on. Check it out. Feel free to send me a note again. Look at My True Balance Yoga, the website, and you can contact me through there. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Namaste.